out of my way. You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think. You should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way. 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 I got too many plays. I won't even play. Out of my way. Get out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. All my friends coming with all they friends, and we get active, yeah. We get active, yeah. All of my tattoos black, my eyes bloodshot red. I'm ready right now. Don't run your mouth too quick. Let's get it.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
At their own 15-yard line.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They go play action. Daniels. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
It's a gain of
a big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Hey, Panthers, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
It's a gain of 30.
Give him 30 yards there.
Vikings.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Now they will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Jaden Daniels scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rush was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him.
Buda Baker, the safety, he gets in from the secondary for the center. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 3rd and 14. Now it's Herbert. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return will be... Stopped at the 34-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
19, Tiger, 19.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Now he's got him in. Downfield is Horton. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
At the 4-yard line.
Come on, set. Cougar 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Cowboy 80. Switch. Bronco 80.
Benson. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches, you say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Bronco 80. Check smash. Hurt. Trap 60. Ready.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Chigakakwe, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Quick pass out wide. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here's a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Will get this one complete there to Pittman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's good for an Eagles first down. A gain of 33 yards on the play. And an Eagle first
Slot
down.
man moves right. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown.
And Xavier Legette, 26 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score.
The kick is
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Eagles 7. Will Reichard to kick off.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Ooh, the juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
70, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, Panther 11, Panther 11, go!
To the air goes Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Vikings did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Here's Daniels. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Christian Watson, 49 yards. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Once again, Judkins. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
59.
Here's Herbert. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Out of the gun, Herbert. Smith catches left side. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Herbert going to change the look. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Michael Pittman, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Eagles 14. Will Riker to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go, set. Ready,
A short throw taken in by Conquo. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Short throw taken in by Conquo. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Chigakakwo with his second touchdown here in this first half. As his guys are able to extend their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Herbert. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Xavier Legette with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score.
The extra point is good.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing now is Daniels. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
That boy just broke 3 tackles as soon as he caught the ball. It's nasty. It's fucking nasty.
Lead now up to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Here's Herbert. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards.
And this is how you answer a touchdown on the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Xavier Legette on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Here we go.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Second and 11 now.
Dragon 60. Let's go. 19. Knocked up. 79 Broncos. Ready.
To throw is Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready. 60. 18. Cougar 19. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Daniels from the gun on third down. That is caught. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Here's second and 10. To the left side, looked in by Horton. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Third and 3.
19 tight. 18 cut. 60. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Warrior 70.
Daniels looking to throw. That's taken in by Watson. And he will have a Vikings first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And the Vikings.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Drop 60, like Seven Pirates.
Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
It's a gain of
Another good completion
yards.
on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Vikings.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
A gain of
That'll be marked as a
27
27-yard pickup.
That's another
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the
First down.
defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Cowboy 80. 19 Tiger. Ready.
They'll run with Benson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
A loss of 2.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout
line.
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Rattler, 18. Here we go. Cougar 19. Panther 11. Dragons, 60 Maverick. 60. Go.
Second and 2. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Parker Washington in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Makes the score.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Herbert now. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
In motion right is Pittman. A final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And Herbert, his third interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
19 Titans, 60 Bobcats, 19 Lions.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And the Vikings, first down.
Let's go
First
now.
and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And a strong run that time as it's across midfield and down to the 43. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Shoves him aside. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Vikings! His second rushing touchdown of the year and third overall. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least two guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown.
Kieran Wilson, 65 yards. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Open man here is Benson. Down the right sideline. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Trey Benson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Makes the score.
Extra point by Bass. Up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really...
Herbert has it knocked free. Inside the 10. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is how do we play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
A gain there of 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Play action. It's Herbert. He finds Wilson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Again, Herbert. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Gerald Everett, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles get a bit closer. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point.
To kick off.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
Jaden Daniels, 40 yards. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Eagles 43.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. This one is complete to Jenkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly blocked down. But a nice little gain.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Got a man. That's Leggett. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Set. Copy.
Here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Set. 5-9. Delta. Hut.
Now Herbert going to shift his guys around. Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quinshon Judkins with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now down to 20.
Will Reichert to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here we go. 70 Lions. Viking 18. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19. 70 Rangers. 70 Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Cougar 19, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Panther 11, 18, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
In punt formation.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And how about this, a fake? He'll try to do it, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake for Brandon. Don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the fourth quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though,
And a loose football. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Out of the gun, Herbert. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
It's 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Now he'll tuck this and run. This is Smith with a ground. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
that's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And motioning left, that's Pittman. They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line.
Gain of 6. And an Eagles first down. 1st and goal.
Herbert going to change the play here. First down, right back to Jenkins.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Following the fumble recovery, Daniels. Room past the 35. He's on his way. Christian Watson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Christian Watson, 99 yards. And the Vikings are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead.
77. Eagles 50.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
59.
Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw again on second down. Herbert. That one complete to again. Down the sideline he goes. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Herbert. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
On third down, here's Jenkins. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. And Xavier Legette from 3 yards out. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into the... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well,